So here we are, it's another day, another colored OnePlus 6T. This is what smartphone manufacturers do. They'll release their device, the hype will be there, it'll drop down after 30 days, release a brand new color, that will drop down, and then they partner with a car company to release something special. Well, OnePlus has partnered with McLaren, a very fast sports car company that makes amazing cars that I'll never be able to afford. The sweet smell of chemicals, and I just lost 10 years of my life. But what you do get is this little heavy manual inside with salute to speed. And inside of it, you get basically a dedicated history lesson of McLaren. I'm not gonna go through all of it, but basically it talks about the founder, Bruce McLaren, on how he founded the company and some of the things he had to go to get where he is today. Now, as you can see here, it's inspired by the F1. Instead of 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM like we have on other OnePlus devices, we're actually getting 10 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. That is absolutely nuts. Most Windows laptops start at 8 gigabytes of RAM. To have 10 gigabytes of RAM in a smartphone is absolute overkill. I want to personally know if this actually makes a difference, and maybe I'm going to do a bunch of testing to find out if that extra 2 gigabytes of RAM makes the phone any more better. Now, enough about that. The phone is here, brand new color. It looks absolutely awesome, but before I get to that, we got to talk about the accessories. Inside of the box, you're getting a brand new braided cable. This thing is absolutely thick. This will never rip on you. It won't get tangled as easily, and overall, it adds to the vibe of the phone. Orange with an orange device, it just looks absolutely awesome. Thankfully, you still get a dongle. Could you imagine they released this device, which costs $700 US, and they decided to take out the dongle? You get the brand new warp charge. As you can see, it is much thicker than the previous dash charge. And the reason being is because there's more watts being used. So they had to make the brick itself thicker in order to charge your device faster. And finally, you get a very special case. This right here is the McLaren case. It's very similar to other OnePlus cases. It has this very smooth texture, and of course, you have that carbon fiber logo on the back to give it a very smooth and fast feeling to the device. And with your device, you get this very special plaque to kind of show their appreciation for you buying the phone, and more importantly, to welcome you to a very exclusive club that a lot of other people will not be part of. What it says, I don't know if you guys can see this, but what it says is the McLaren, oh my God, I just already scratched it. Wow, I'm an ape. McLaren MCL 33 Edition, Carbon Fiber 2018. Handcrafted in the UK, so it's something special, something that you can keep on top of your mantle to be proud of your expensive purchase. So here it is. You have a very mirrored black look to the device, but this time you're getting a few key textures that you don't have on any other OnePlus phone. First and foremost, depending if the light penetrates through the glass, you can see a carbon fiber texture underneath, which looks pretty great. The second thing, there is an orange line wrapping around the phone, and depending on how the light reflects off of it, it makes the orange look like it's actually moving when in fact it's not. Unfortunately, a lot of people are gonna place a case on this device. I don't blame them. This is fragile, it is glass, but nonetheless, it's pretty awesome to look at. The next thing, everything else is pretty much exactly the same as the 6T, except you get the OnePlus logo in the middle, and on the bottom you have the McLaren logo to represent the collaboration. So the phone's booted up, and the first thing I noticed is that the wallpaper is completely different from other OnePlus devices. You have all of these light sources moving in a circular motion, probably to represent speed. The next thing is the icons. Instead of your typical icons that you get like on the other OnePlus 6 devices, these ones are now in orange to match the whole theming of the McLaren. So check this out. This is actually pretty cool. It comes with an AR feature built in, and what you do is you take the camera on your smartphone and scan this book. And once it finds specific key areas, it will start playing specific videos to give you a history lesson. So if I scan over here, nothing really happens. But if I scan over Bruce over here, it will start playing a video. So right now it's telling me how Bruce McLaren actually died. Obviously it was in a car crash, but at least you get more detail about this collaboration than just a simple book to read. So that pretty much wraps up my first impressions of the OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition. It's a beautiful smartphone, and all you're really getting is a new color, you're getting a different unboxing experience, 10 gigabytes of RAM instead of 6 or 8, and 256 gigabytes of storage. Here's the OnePlus 6T up against the purple, And of course, you have the original Midnight Black. What I want to know is which one is your favorite color, and would you spend $700 to get basically a new cosmetic change? If so, I want to hear why. Now stay tuned, I'm going to be doing more of an in-depth review of this device to see if there's anything else that's different from the previous devices. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram for some behind the scenes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.